Welcome to the CareClinic Pod. I'm Emma, and this is Jones.
Dealing with chronic pain. I mean, it's like you've got this annoying house guest that just never wants to leave.
Oh, yeah.
And you've tried everything, right? Like doctors and pills and all sorts of therapies.
Right.
But the pain is just, it's still there.
Yep. That's the reality for so many people.
It really is.
And it's just this constant search for relief.
And it feels like it never ends.
You really can.
But what if I told you there was this therapy that's like, it claims to just wipe out pain in seconds.
Seconds.
Seriously. People are saying they feel almost instant relief.
It sounds too good to be true, right?
It really does.
But that's what people are saying about neural reset therapy.
NRT.
Yeah, NRT.
NRT is like, it's different from anything you've probably ever tried before. It's not like those deep tissue massages or anything where you have to like undress.
Yeah, and the wild thing is you don't even always have to touch the area where the pain is.
So now I'm really interested.
Yeah.
How does that even work?
Yeah. So think of it like this. Your nervous system, that's like your body's electrical wiring, right?
Okay.
And sometimes the signals get crossed.
I can see that happening.
Yeah. So your muscles, they stay tense even when there's like no real threat. So NRT is kind of like hitting the reset button on all that wiring.
So it's not about like forcing the muscles to relax. It's more like retraining the nervous system.
Exactly. It's about sending the right signals. Like let's say you stub your toe, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that sharp instant pain.
Yeah, you feel it right away.
Right. That's your mechanoreceptors. These special nerve bundles, they're sending an SOS to your brain.
Okay.
NRT is like, it helps to rewrite those messages, when they get stuck in that pain mode.
So it's like working on a much deeper level. It's not just about the sore muscle.
It really is.
It's almost like you're rewiring the brain.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So yeah, NRT helps your brain and muscles to communicate better. And that's where you get that rapid pain relief.
I bet our listeners are already thinking, okay, what can this help with? What kinds of things can NRT help with?
Oh, it's everything. It's your usual suspects, right? Neck and back pain, headaches, things like carpal tunnel syndrome, sciatica, even pain after you've had surgery.
It's amazing to think that something so simple could actually help with so many problems.
I know. And to really get it, how powerful it can be.
Yeah.
You should hear some of the stories.
Oh, I bet.
People who were basically crippled with pain. And then after, a few NRT sessions, they're back living their lives. There's this really inspiring story on Reddit. This user said that NRT was the only thing that helped after years of chronic pain.
That's amazing.
It really is.
But I got to say, part of me is thinking, hold on, this sounds a little too good to be true.
It's smart to be a little cautious, with any new therapy.
Right.
And NRT is still kind of gaining traction. It's not a magic bullet that works for everyone.
Well, and everyone's body is different. Right. So what works for one person
Exactly.
might not work for another.
That's why doing your own research it's so crucial. We found some interesting things on Reddit where people were kind of voicing their skepticism.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some were worried about the lack of scientific studies, and others felt like, it's trademarked, so it felt more like a marketing thing than a real medical therapy.
It's always good to look at both sides, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You want the whole story.
Be an informed healthcare consumer.
Yeah.
And that's where the CareClinic app comes in,
Yeah.
If you're curious about NRT, the app can help you find people in your area who are qualified to do it.
That's super helpful. I mean, you want to find somebody you really trust who can assess your situation.
Totally. And speaking of that, before you just jump into any new therapy, think about your medical history.
Oh, that's a good point.
Especially anything neurological, right?
Yeah.
Because the nervous system it's a complex network. It affects everything in your body.
And you can actually keep your medical history in the CareClinic app.
Oh, that's right.
And then you can share with your practitioner.
Easy.
And you can even track your pain levels before and after your sessions so you can see if it's actually working.
That's a great feature.
Yeah, the CareClinic app is amazing. You can really take control of your health.
It's all about being proactive and finding what works for you.
Exactly. And I mean, managing chronic pain usually takes more than just one thing. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a holistic approach.
Totally. NRT might be one piece of the puzzle, but you got to consider other stuff too, like exercise and managing stress and just overall well-being.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's about finding what works for you.
Yeah.
The right tool for your toolbox.
Speaking of tools,
Yeah.
we've been talking about NRT.
Right.
But we haven't really talked about where did it come from? Like, what's the history of this thing?
Oh, that's a good question. So NRT was actually developed by this guy named Lawrence Woods.
Okay.
And he was a manual therapist, had like over 40 years of experience.
Wow.
But get this, the roots of NRT actually go back like over 100 years.
What? Really?
Yeah. Woods was actually inspired by the work of two scientists, Sherrington and Flieger.
So this isn't like some new trendy thing.
Yeah.
It's based on research that's been around for a while.
Exactly. These scientists, they basically figured out how our nerves and muscles talk to each other.
Okay.
They laid the groundwork for all of this, understanding how we can actually retrain our bodies to feel less pain.
So it's like this age-old knowledge,
Yeah.
but turned into an actual therapy that you can use.
Exactly. And Woods took all those principles and he developed all these specific movements and stuff that target those nerve bundles we talked about.
The mechanoreceptors.
The mechanoreceptors, yeah. It's like he figured out how to talk to your nervous system.
It's like a secret language.
Yeah, to calm things down.
It's like you're sending a message to your muscles, being like, hey, chill out. Everything's good.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
And it works for so many things.
Yeah.
From like injuries to chronic pain that's been around forever.
Okay, so we've got this revolutionary therapy with deep scientific roots.
Yeah.
What are doctors saying about all this? Like the medical community?
It's still pretty new, so it's not totally mainstream yet, you know?
Right.
But more and more doctors and healthcare professionals are starting to pay attention.
Well, especially if they have patients who just can't find relief.
Exactly. They're looking for solutions.
Yeah.
Beyond just like prescribing pills, you know?
So they're open to new things.
Totally. And I think as more and more people have success with it and the research catches up, we're going to see a big shift towards using NRT as a standard treatment.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Because if you've tried everything else and nothing works,
right.
This could be a game changer.
Absolutely. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, where do I find someone who does this?
Yeah, where do I sign up?
The CareClinic app.
Of course.
It can help you find practitioners in your area.
It's like your personal health assistant.
Totally. You can search for people. You can track your progress.
You can connect with other people who are doing it.
Exactly. It's all about giving you the power
to
make good decisions about your health.
Let's get into some specifics about how NRT is actually being used.
Okay.
We talked about neck and back pain.
Yeah, those are some of the most common ones.
Headaches.
Right.
I mean, seriously, like almost everyone I know has back pain at some point.
Oh, yeah. I know. And the thing is, usually what's happening is the muscles are just tense all the time.
Even when they don't need to be.
Even when they don't need to be, right?
So NRT is kind of like teaching them to chill out.
Exactly. It's like hitting the off switch on that tension. You know, it's instead of just masking the pain with medication, it's getting to the root of the problem.
Addressing the cause.
Yeah. So the muscles can finally relax and do what they're supposed to do.
I imagine it probably helps with mobility too, right? Like being able to move better.
Absolutely. People say they feel looser, they feel more agile, they can move more freely after their sessions.
Let's talk about headaches, because I know so many people who get those tension headaches.
Oh, yeah?
Can NRT help with those?
You bet. So those headaches, they're usually triggered by those tight muscles in your head and your neck and your shoulders.
Right. It's like your body's just holding on to all that stress.
It really is.
In those areas.
Yeah, all that tension.
So NRT helps release it.
Exactly. And it can actually make those headaches less frequent and less intense over time.
That's huge.
It is. Now, what about carpal tunnel? I know a lot of people listening, they spend hours on their computers.
Yeah.
Their phones.
Yeah, it's a problem.
And that can really, really take a toll on your wrists and hands.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
So carpal tunnel, it's often caused by a pinched nerve in your wrist.
Right.
But guess what? Those tight muscles in your forearm and your hand, they can actually make that compression even worse.
Oh, so it's like adding fuel to the fire.
Totally. So NRT can potentially help by relaxing those muscles.
Okay.
And improving the way that nerve functions.
So it's addressing those symptoms.
Yeah, the tingling, the numbness, the pain.
That's amazing. That something so simple could actually help with carpal tunnel.
I know, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, for those with sciatica,
ooh, yeah,
which is that shooting pain down your leg.
From your lower back.
Mm-hmm. Sciatica is no joke.
No.
I've heard it described as feeling like an electric shock.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
It can be really painful.
Yeah.
And NRT can't magically fix a herniated disc.
Right.
Which is usually what causes sciatica.
Yeah. It's not a miracle cure.
No. But what it can do is calm down the inflammation and muscle tension around that nerve.
So it's like taking the pressure off.
Exactly. And that can make the pain a lot less and help you move better.
We've covered a lot.
We have.
And I'm sure our listeners are thinking about all of this.
Yeah.
Thinking about their own pain points.
It's important to remember that, this is all still pretty new.
Yeah.
And the research is ongoing, but the stories we're hearing and the fact that the medical community is getting so interested, it's really promising.
It is.
And we want to make sure that our listeners have the best tools possible to go through this journey.
To figure this all out.
Yeah. And that's why we keep talking about the CareClinic app.
It really is a game changer for anyone who's dealing with pain.
It is. It can help you find qualified practitioners.
Yeah.
Track your symptoms, your progress.
Connect with the community.
Connect with people. Yeah. It's all about taking control of your health.
Yeah. We've been talking about NRT generally.
Right.
But how is it actually different from things like massage or chiropractic care?
That's a great question. A lot of people ask that. Let's start with massage. Massage is awesome.
Yeah.
It's really good for relaxation, for working out muscle knots. But it's mainly focused on those soft tissues,
So like the muscles and the tendons?
The muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, yeah.
So it's not really working on the nervous system signals?
Not in the same way that NRT does. Massage can feel great.
Oh, yeah.
And give you temporary relief.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily address the root cause.
So NRT is like working on the control center.
That's a great way to put it.
Cool.
Now, with chiropractic care, the focus is on aligning the spine. Right.
Yeah. The idea is that if things are out of alignment, it can mess with your nerves.
Exactly. Chiropractors, they use adjustments to get those vertebrae back in line and improve the nerve flow. And those adjustments can be really, really helpful, but they're not directly working on that muscle tension.
Right. So again, a different approach.
Different approach.
Yeah.
NRT is specifically going after that muscle tension. Yeah.
By resetting those nervous system signals.
It's like speaking the language of your nerves.
Exactly. Whereas chiropractic care is focused on the structure of your spine. Both are important.
Yeah.
But it's good to know the difference.
So you can choose what's right for you.
Exactly. And with both massage and chiropractic, you often need multiple sessions to see lasting results.
It takes time.
It does.
Yeah.
And the same goes for NRT. You might see amazing improvement after 1 or 2 sessions. But for some, it takes a little longer.
Yeah. Everyone's different.
Exactly. It's about finding the right pace for your body.
Working with a practitioner.
Yeah. And the CareClinic app can help with that too. You can to track your progress, manage your appointments, and stay in touch with your healthcare team.
Love that.
It's all about being an active participant in your health.
Not just a passive patient.
Exactly.
What it is.
So let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts and takeaways on neural reset therapy. All right. So I'm thinking what some of our listeners are probably thinking right now, like, can I just try this NRT myself?
Yeah. Skip the practitioner, DIY it at home.
Yeah, like especially after hearing all these amazing stories. It's tempting.
It is tempting, but NRT isn't like, following a yoga video online.
Right.
You need to really understand the nervous system, the muscles, those trigger points. It's complicated.
So it's not as easy as like watching a YouTube video and then just kind of poking around.
Just definitely not. Those practitioners, they go through a lot of training.
Yeah.
They know exactly what to do, where to apply pressure, how to move things. They can tailor it to you.
So if you try this yourself, it might not even work.
Right. And you could actually hurt yourself.
Oh, okay. So it's like, you're saying it's like rewiring your house.
Exactly.
If you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, you're going to make things worse.
Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm going to find a practitioner.
Yeah, it's so important to have someone who knows what they're doing, who can guide you. And if you're not sure where to start, CareClinic app, of course. It can help you find practitioners in your area. You can even book appointments right through the app.
So helpful. Okay, so let's say you've found your practitioner. You've started this NRT journey.
Yeah.
The CareClinic app can help you track your progress.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So you can see if it's actually working for you.
Yeah, like you can put in your pain levels before and after each session.
Oh, that's smart. So you can actually see, okay, it's getting better.
Exactly. And you can also keep a journal.
Oh, interesting.
Write down how you're feeling. Like maybe you're noticing you have more energy.
Oh, right. Or you're sleeping better.
Exactly. All those little things, you can share them with your practitioner. And don't forget about the medication reminder.
Oh, yeah, that's super helpful, especially if you're, doing different treatments, taking medications.
It's easy to forget. But the CareClinic app helps you stay on top of it all.
It really is all about you taking control.
It is.
Being proactive.
Yeah.
Okay, so As we wrap up this NRT deep dive, what are the big takeaways?
Okay, so the main thing is NRT, it can really help people with all sorts of conditions.
Yeah, like it's a real solution for chronic pain.
It is. It's not a quick fix, but it's a way to retrain your body, retrain your nervous system.
And we know it's based on real science.
Yes.
It's not just some fad.
It's not a fad. It's taking this old knowledge about the nervous system and turning it into something that can really help people.
And the other big thing, you need to find someone who knows what they're doing.
Yes.
Don't try this at home.
Don't DIY it.
Find a qualified practitioner.
Absolutely. And the CareClinic app can help you do that.
It can. It can help you track your progress, keep you organized with your treatment plan.
Absolutely.
And I think it's important to remember, dealing with chronic pain, it's a journey.
It is.
NRT might be part of it.
It might.
But there are other things to consider too, right?
Right. Like exercise and managing stress, what you eat, how you sleep.
Yeah. And it's important to have support.
Oh, yeah. Talk to people, find a support group, connect with people online. It helps to know that you're not alone.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're dealing with chronic pain, don't give up hope.
Don't check out NRT, see if it might be right for you.
And download the CareClinic app.
It can help you on your journey to a healthier, happier you.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive. Until then, take care.